Okay, folks, I'm back. We're going to do E. I'll start with a band from Holland called Earth and Fire. This is called Songs of the Marching Children. And I really like this. It's very proggy. Kind of like Renaissance meets Genesis. They got a female vocal. Her name is Journey Cogman. Journey. Interesting name. Doesn't spell it like we spell Journey. I got another one of them. Earth and Fire. This one's called To the World of the Future. Give it the lyrics on the back. That's always a nice little deal. If you can't do, well, it's like Sgt. Pepper, right? I got an Austrian band I love called Ela Craig, One Nighter. This is really cool. Cool album. If you look on the back, they're all set up outdoors, ready to play at festival or something. And look at that white thing right there. That's a Mellotron. There's another thing back there too that's weird. Look at the phone way in the back. It's like a big giant phone. It's just a great album. Just absolutely great. First they give you the lyrics, which is nice. There used to be a postcard in there too, but I don't think I got one of those when I bought mine. No, a postcard. It's just that picture on the front. This is prog as prog can get. Unfortunately, they won't stick with that style very long. Here's another one called Ela Craig Missa Universalis. It's a gatefold. Now, see, that ought to tell you a story right there, what this music's going to sound like. It's more laid back and acoustic, kind of. Really soothing music. It doesn't rock. It wasn't supposed to. They look like angels. A couple of them forgot to wear the white. Then they put out a 1980 album called Virgin Oil Land. And I won't get too close because they're a naked couple on the cover. They do a 10-second version of All You Need Is Love by the Beatles. It's really short. Egg from England, starring Dave Stewart on keyboards, Mott Campbell on bass and vocals, and Clive Brooks on drums. Killer. This is so avant-garde, jazz rock, prog, whatever you want to call it. Absolutely nuts. Frank Zappa would have loved it had he heard it. Here's the lead guitar player from the early version of Scorpions, Uli John Roth, or back in those days in Scorpions, he was called Ulrich Roth. And this one I was turned on to by my friend Andy, of course. And that lady in the background is Monica Dannemann, Uli's girlfriend, who was with Jimi Hendrix the night he died. Go figure. And for some reason, Uli plays a lot like Jimi on that album. Here's his second, Firewind. This guy's a great guitar player. I love him. Super good. Here's another one, the last one I got. It's called Beyond the Astral Skies. Look at this. He doesn't pull no punches. He doesn't hide it like the Moody Blues does on their second album, Days of Future Past. You can see it if you look for it. Took me 50 years to find it. Maybe you'll see it earlier than that. Eloy Inside. I love Eloy. They're a German space rock band. Really good. There's the leader, Frank Bornemann. All the Eloy albums are good. This spacey, great guitar. Can't go wrong. This is a heavier Eloy called Floating. No gatefold on this one. Hey, you get the lyrics. Really like Floating. And this is later on in their career. Probably just around the time the 80s were starting. Time to Turn. Another gatefold. Just a lot of lyrics. No pictures. Here's one I really, really like. 1983 Performance. This is really cool. This album rocks. A lot of rock. Less prog, more rock, but still pretty proggy. And this is the last one of that band, Eloy Metromania. And I like this album because it feels cool. It's got texture. Like goosebumps on the album cover. Here's Keith Emerson's first solo album, Inferno, on some Italian label. Look at this. Hello, Keith. His grand piano. That's pretty much all you hear on that album, but he's a great piano player, so I don't have a problem with that. Here's another album he put out called Honky. I don't know what he was thinking here. That's his son Aaron, and he's in the bathtub, and if you look really close, it looks like there's a shark coming at him. I think that was an ode to Jaws. This album's strange. Sounds like it was recorded in Jamaica. Probably was. Here's a movie soundtrack he did with the Bionic Woman, Lindsay Wagner, called Nighthawks, with Sylvester Stallone. You got to be careful because it's got one of those slide-out covers. And if it gets caught on anything, and it did already, I've already ruined it once. But anyway, you can see right there, it's kind of damaged. But that's all open. And he put out another movie soundtrack called Murder Rock. Never seen that film. Not a big horror fan. Here's Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery. The only reason I put this up is because it's got a unique picture. If you get the German version of this album, you get a different picture of Keith Emerson. This one never came in the American album. It was a different one. He's looking straight at you. This one, he's kind of looking off to the side. And it's got that green background. I actually like that. I think it looks really cool, so I saved that. Just so I could show you guys the German Brain Salad Surgery. Yes, sirree. Here's Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works. Another gatefold. I paid $4.98 for this used. Keith at his piano, Greg with his Zematis 12-string, and Carl with his stainless steel drums, who I guess Ringo ended up with those. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works Volume 2. I love this album. I think it's got great songs, and it's got the title cut, Brain Salad Surgery, which never was put on the album. I don't know why they couldn't have removed Benny the Bouncer and put Brain Salad Surgery on instead. There's some really good songs there. Okay, here we go. This is the controversial one, of course. This is a British copy. I don't know why I did that. I bought a British copy of this. I don't mind this album so much. Side 2 is really good. It's called Memoirs of an Officer and a Gentleman. That's a real classy piece of music. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. Staying in England, there was a weird band that I got turned on to by Andy, the Enid, in the region of the Summer Stars. It's 1976. This band is, I think, the beginning of, or the grandfathers, or however you want to put it, of symphonic prog. It starts here. This is an amazing, amazing album. All these are good. I'll tell you what my favorite is as we go. I got more. The second one was called Airy Fairy Nonsense. Well, this mermaid's in the sea with shells around her. I guess she's at the bottom of that tide pool. These are instrumental albums. There's no singing on them yet. They will eventually. Oh, man. This is Touch Me, the third album. This came out in 1979. Great album. This is my favorite, 6 pieces. And the main reason it's my favorite is because of this song, Punch and Judy Man. Oh my God, it's incredible. I'll put it up in my playlist so you can hear it, where these are going to go. It's amazing. It's so amazing they never did it live. That's how hard it is. Here's Enid live at the Hammersmith Odeon in England, Volume 1, Volume 2. This is Something Wicked This Way Comes. Now we got vocals. Enter at your own risk. Or what was it? Your mileage may vary. This one's called Fanned. This is beautiful. Just beautiful instrumental. No lyrics. This one's called The Spell. And it's basically just these two guys. That's Stephen Stewart brandishing a Roland GR700 guitar synthesizer. And that's Robert John Godfrey, the brains behind the Enid, writing music. And this album's really strange because it's 2 LPs, but they're 45. You have to listen to them at 45 RPM. The Spell. I like that picture. Good picture. And we're out of the Enid and we're going on to Eno, Another Green World. Love this album. Really good. Really proggy. And it's got a lot of Brand X type musicians on here. Percy Jones, Phil Collins, etc. In fact, that's the session I think that he did while Eno was helping Genesis with The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Phil had to go upstairs and play drums on that album. Here's a band called Esperanto, signed by A&M Records, Herb Alpert and Jerry Moss. This album's incredible. Look at the amount of people that are in this band. Esperanto is like world group. They're from all over the place, which is why they named that. Now this one is their second album, Danse Macabre. This album's insane. And there's a picture right there of the guy that wrote the lyrics on this album.